So we are now going to look at how we would use the surface interval mode when we have a question that involves a repetitive dive. So let's use an example question, a 2-dive question. It's a repetitive dive. At the end of a dive, you have calculated that you'll be in pressure group V. What is the minimum surface interval you would have to take if you wish to do a second dive to a depth of 50 feet for 60 minutes? So we will use our usual 2-dive diagram to just enter the numbers from the question and find the answer using our RDP ML. So you should be pretty familiar by now with this diagram. So now let's look at the question and find out what is the first bit of information we have been given. It's told us we're in pressure group V at the end of a dive. So what we need to do is enter V in to the pressure group, the first pressure group space on our diagram, the pressure group at the end of dive 1. The surface interval is what the question is asking us for. So what other information do we have? We have the depth of the second dive, so we can fill that in the second dive depth. And we also have the time of the second dive, so we can fill that in on our diagram. And now we can get out our RDP ML to try and find the answer to this question. So we turn it on, and then we should turn the sound off. And what mode should we be in? Well, it's a surface interval question. Often you might think, well, surface interval mode is where I should be. Let's see what happens if we try that though. If I go mode, surface interval, enter. Looking good so far. First dive, yes or no, and I'm going to say no. Pressure group at the end of dive 1. Okay, I've got that on my diagram, my starting pressure group according to the question, the first bit of information I'm able to give my RDPML. So I will tell it that at the end of the previous dive, I was in pressure group V. It now wants to know what my depth for my planned second dive is, which is 50 feet. And I can click enter. It's now just going to let me know that if I want to do a repetitive dive to 50 feet, the maximum time I could spend there, the adjusted no decompression limit, would be 73 minutes. Well, I don't really need that information. I know how long I want to spend there, so I can click enter and enter in the 60 minutes that the question gave me. Once I've entered that in, it warns me that a safety stop would be required and tells me that my minimum surface interval would be 1 hour and 29 minutes. And that is how you do a question like that. My website, www.goprocaribbean.com, has lots of practice quizzes. They can be found in the dive theory section. The best way to learn how to use the RDPML is to just practice using it. The quizzes have a lot of backing videos similar to this one, so if you get a question wrong, I show you how to do it correctly. And hopefully by using my website and these videos, you'll find your Divemaster and Instructor theory exams very, very easy. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it,